The Lord be with you. A reading of the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. At that time, Jesus withdrew to the region of Tyre and Sidon, and behold, a Canaanite woman of that district came and called out, "I have pity on me, Lord, Son of David. My daughter is tormented by a demon." But Jesus did not say a word in answer to her. Jesus' disciples came and asked him, "Send her away, for she keeps calling after us." And he said in reply, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But the woman came and did Jesus homage. "Lord, help me." He said in reply, "It is not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs." And she said, "Please, Lord, for even the dogs eat the scraps that fall from the table of their masters." Then Jesus said to her in reply, "O woman, great is your faith. Let it be done as you wish." And the woman's daughter was healed from that hour. My brothers and sisters, the gospel of the Lord. This gospel is short, but it's full of insight into what Jesus was saying and what he was doing. But it's more than a simple story. The characters that we have in this story are Matthew, the apostles, the woman whose child was being tormented by a demon, the crowd, and Jesus. Now, the first thing we want to do is talk about Matthew. You know, St. Matthew was an outsider. He was a tax collector. He was forbidden to go into the temple. And when he prayed, he was forbidden to pray close to the Holy of Holies. It was almost as if he was excommunicated because of the kind of work he did. What he did was he joined Rome in the oppression of the people. And the tax collectors were very hated. So you have to understand that this lady was also an outcast. She was something not welcome among Jewish people. Something like the lady at the well when she was Jesus offered her the water of life. Jesus went to the district of Tyre and Sidon, and it's the northernmost point of the boundaries of Palestine. And Jesus go up there. It is a place, though, there are no Jews there at all. It's mostly Canaanite people. As you know, these are the people who were prominently people for many centuries in what we call now Palestine and Israel. And they were the same group of people that fought Jericho when the walls came tumbling down. They were called Semites. All the people in that area were Semites who believed in many, many gods. Not like the Jews who believed in one God. They were the children of Abraham. So the woman approaches Jesus and says, "Lord, help us. My daughter is being tormented by a demon." But Jesus listened and was silent. He didn't say anything. You almost think at the first that he's failing someone, but he still remains silent. You remember when Jesus went into the temple in Capernaum in the synagogue, they had a man who was possessed by demons, and he was rolling all over the floor and what have you, and they couldn't subdue him because they could have been injured. And they came to Jesus and asked him to cure him. Well, Jesus cured the man, and now he's faced with the same situation. And then the disciples come, and they started urging him, saying, "Send her away. Get rid of her, because she keeps shouting at us and following us." But she wanted to be healed because that's what they do. But some treat them very harshly and still continue to ask her to leave, and she didn't. And Jesus, all through this, stayed quiet. But then he says, when the woman comes, first of all, those disciples listen to Jesus, and Jesus is truthfully saying, "I was sent only for the house of Israel. What you are asking me to heal this pagan woman, this woman was asking me for a healing, but she was rejected by the Jewish. She was an outsider, and she belongs to an enemy nation. God help me." And Jesus said something that's the harshest of all. He says, "It is not fair to take the children's food, the children's bread, and throw it to the dogs." The Israelites used to call the Canaanite dogs. That's how they treated them. But here he was trying to teach Matthew and the other apostles what it means to be rejected, or trying to teach the disciples, don't throw away because they're not one of our own kind, because they don't share the same faith that we share. On the other hand, the Jews had kept the faith for all these centuries. We wouldn't have what we have today: the Mass, the Eucharist, the wonderful things that come with being Christians. So, though instead of being silent and taking this little girl home, the mother still combated Jesus and the disciples. This lady has spunk, because in her whole history of the New Testament, the whole history, she's the only one who ever managed to change Jesus' mind. Jesus was set on one thing, and she changed it into something different. And she begins with, "Have mercy on me, Lord." The Canaanite woman, she was shouting at a distance and still saying, "Have mercy on me, Son of David." We hear one of these at every Mass. Have mercy on us. Kyrie eleison, Christe eleison. And that's what she was using. And then she said, "Son of David." It really is a great surprise for this pagan woman. "You are the Messiah of the Hebrews," because it is written in the Bible that someday from the house of David comes a Messiah, and he will teach us all things. So he surrenders. He knows he has come only for the Jews. He knows he has come to a world full of pain and of sorrow. And he says to the woman, "Great is your faith. Let it be done as you wish." And her daughter was cured instantly. It is not whether you are a Jew or a Gentile. It is not whether you come from one group or another group. And it doesn't matter what your history is. It doesn't matter where you were born. And it really doesn't matter what you do. The only thing that matters, and Jesus said this, are two things. And he said he found them both in this woman: faith and love.